Streaming start. Okay. Okay. Is this working right? Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, let's do this.
It's week 8 of the NFL, and we'll see Mike Gesicki. He's coming up a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Patriots and the Bucs, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Back.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they get him down, but not before it takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Now that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career. Get this, folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 63 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them trying to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
Open man right side to St. Brown. They'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 0 hesitation that time. That was give ball 3.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
out for the first with Henry. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. First down carry for Henry. Powering forward. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Lance to throw on 2nd down here.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. 7 yards there and a first down.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. The handoff running left, Henry.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll run it again with Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Patriots are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. A nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated. That was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
When you look at this Patriots defense,
They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, that coach is...
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Jones. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
It's gonna keep a little something going. Safety does. Maybe I can do something on this post though.
On play action, Lance. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5.
If we can. This kind of does.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Lance again. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Deebo Samuel from 10 yards out. And the Patriots are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days. Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Ready? Operating from the gun. Schmidt finding Otten once more. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Well, you look at this Patriots defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass. And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play. Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. Evans, the man in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry. No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 33 yards that time. There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Definitely thought I could have hit Deebo right there too.
Here we go. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 1.
Maybe I played the same thing playing with the corner guys.
Play action, now it's Lance. Now a short one to Gesicki, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Inside handoff, Henry. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. 1-yard gain brings us 2nd and 9.
I'm probably dumping it off today. Too.
Now a play fake. Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Off of play action, here's Lance. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Inside of 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Warren His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get a bit closer.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Marcus Jones, a return man. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Now Lance on the bootleg. Got his man, it's Thornton. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
At the 36-yard line.
Skip his first down.
A give to Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And he gets this to Thornton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards.
Oh, I like that play call there. After a run for good yardage, you get a defense thinking they'll go back to the well. So that's a great time to call play action and give your receivers a little extra edge. And they complete the pass there for another 1st down.
Lance throwing out wide for Samuel. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And now they're in the hurry up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Lance. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Lance. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he will have a Patriots first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just a cramp.
Derrick Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Henry. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Henry is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Now Ryland for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A 10-play drive that time. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings us 2nd and 7.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
I mean, I could just honestly go with the running side.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports?
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Ready?
To throw on third down, Schmidt. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Check pink. Check white. Opposite. Green. Hut, hut.
Off play action, Schmidt. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And that is no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Striker. 3-3. Smash. Smash. Check hut.
They begin with Henry. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Brought down by DJ Wanham.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Ready?
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Hut.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 121 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 5-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hand?
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Buccaneers 7. Chad Ryland to kick off for the Patriots.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On the give, it's Warren. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll roll him out right. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Lance. This will be caught at Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. It returns it right back to Samuel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
To number 19, Debo Samuel. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
What's the deal,
At the
y'all?
31-yard line.
Ready.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2.
Small coverage.
Ready. Go. Hut, hut.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football And situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Offense is on fire.
On third down, Henry running right through him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Patriot first down.
Let's go now.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
And Lance, he's going to change the play.
Swing back.
Might be okay. Might be.
Ready?
They'll look to throw now on first down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Drill green.
I don't give a shit, dude, and I'll take it.
Set, huh?
And Lance now to throw.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Mike Gesicki with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Patriots are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Ready, ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Schmidt. He's got a man. Complete.
Down to the 10.
Touchdown. Russell Gage. 75 yards.
And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
See what the safety does.
Lance now on first down. That'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
On first and 10, here's Lance. Completes this one to Thornton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No, take him on next drive. Some of these other plays.
Ready.
On second down, here's Henry. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 47.
Six here.
Cycle. Ready.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Lance to throw on second down here. Shoves him aside, and he will find his man Samuel. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards that time for number 19.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here we go.
Here's second and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Set, ready. Hey, check mega.
Let's run this thing in and put this game away. Put this game away. Well, it's not bad.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Schmidt. That's taken in by Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Again, he'll drop to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And
Let's go and take my starters out. No point in risking injury. Finally have a healthy O-line. Much rather not risk it.
the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
On second down, here's McBride. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Well, I'll get another run in.
Go, Reed! Go!
On the give, here's McBride. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop.
Still in this game and on to the next week.
And they will take a knee here.
Well, we were on fire. Gave up 2 crappy, what was it, 1-play touchdowns. So that was what it was, but otherwise we killed it. We did what we needed to do.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
All right, well.
So for New England, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week.